Hey everybody. Okay, quick update. I might have made an update video, I'm not sure. Here's the sitch. This is our week 3 battle against our boy Niv. It is not live. This is going to be a post-com battle. And I do apologize, I hate doing post-com battles, but it is a necessity. So our week 3 was 2 weeks long. It was over the holiday break. A lot of people were traveling, including myself. I live in New England, but I was down in Florida. And actually, I wasn't even able to battle in that time, so this was a little bit of an extension. We're playing our homie Niv and the Quark Drivers, very good friend. But here's what happened. I was in Florida, so I was really busy, and I couldn't battle down there. Then I got really sick. I mean, really sick, like hospital and like every symptom under the sun. Like, it was awful. So by the time Niv and I were actually battling, when I was back home, I was so out of it. I couldn't record. I didn't have my setup. And then it turns out my laptop broke, which I am actually doing this on a brand new laptop. Laptop broke, so I had like a week off where I couldn't edit, I couldn't record, couldn't do anything. So it was a nightmare these last couple of weeks. So when I battled Niv, I couldn't actually record my side of the battle. Now, I also even thought that I lost my week 4 recording. Thankfully, I didn't. I was smart and I backed up everything. But I couldn't record my side of the battle for week 4. But Niv was an absolute homie and sent me his side of the battle, which is so cool. So, listen, this is not how I want to do this at all. But it's how we're doing it. We're watching it from his point of view. Now, I also lost all of my teams that is stuck on my old laptop. I was able to save all of my files and stuff, thankfully, but I can't even get my old laptop to turn on. So I lost all my showdown stuff. But thankfully, I did end up sending Niv the team after, so we're looking at on PokePaste. So we're going to run through his team, run through what I'm bringing, and then we're just going to watch. And I'm almost going to, like, post-com react to this battle, because I don't really remember what happens, and I can't, like, just, like, watch it and really think about it. I think it'll be more fun to just do it this way. Week 4 should be back to normal. I do really apologize, and I apologize that I've just like disappeared. Same with the NBBL stuff. Like, I will have my week 7 battle up. I wasn't able to do week 8 because I was too sick to battle, and we couldn't. They weren't granting any extensions this week because I don't know. I thought it was a silly system, but whatever. But anyway, let's talk about it. Look at Niv's team's so scary. Sandy Shocks, first Mon, drafted. Ground and electric type, super fast, great hazard set, a good stab. That's pretty much what it does. Galarian Weezing with a little bit of Norvern Swing stuck in there. Super bulky poison and fairy type, and is a good defogger and has like Willow. Norvern, really fast dragon flying type, very scary this game. I was really nervous about it. Bisharp, I mean, it's a good like sucker punch sword stance user. That's pretty much all it does. Virizian's one of the kill leaders at the moment, which is cool. Grass and fighting type, good speed. It's like 105, 108. Not super great offensive, but gets great coverage. A little imperson's really annoying. It gets fur coat, so it can be really bulky. It gets like parting shot, gets thunder wave. Pretty much just a support mon. Terra Haunter, I believe it can be fighting and ghost. Super fast offensive threat. Like Terra Ghost Haunter can actually hit harder than Gengar sometimes. I don't like I think you need to have like specs on there, but still. Magmortar, he's been using it really, really well. It's really good AV user. The problem is it's weak to rocks. Terra Meowstic, which is actually really scary. I believe it's Terra Ground and Terra Steel. Offensively super strong mon, or you can run dual screens. And then Quaxpo, which isn't coming. So I don't even remember what I brought. Let's talk about it. Looks like we brought a very physically defensive Dragalge. That was to check the Virizion, I am sure. And bring Toxic Spike because they're wheezing. I'm expecting to be Levitate this week. And Haunter, I don't think is coming. And there's also Levitate, so I don't think they bring Grounded Poison this week. So Toxic Spikes looks really good for the Virizion, for the Magmortar, for the Meowstic, before Terra Steel, for the Shocks. And Slow Flip Term's always nice. Braviary looks like we're bringing a Tailwind set with Brave Bird Club Combat U-turn Tailwind with boots. Makes sense. It's good offensively this week. Looks like bringing very physically defensive again Suicune. I don't really know what that's for, I'm going to be honest. It doesn't look good here. Maybe for the Bisharp. Scald, Ice Beam, Tailwind, and a Roar, which is nice. Looks like we're bringing very specially defensive Cryogonal, a little bit of speed with Frost Breath. Frost Breath is the same damage as Ice Beam. A little less accurate, but it's because it's like, I don't know what it is. It's like 60 base power or something. Maybe it's a little more. But it always crits, so it does the same damage as Ice Beam, and it crits through screens, which I think is really interesting. Have Reflect, recover Rapid Spin. That makes sense. Looks like a very fit. Wow, I really brought a defensive team this week. Goddamn. Really Fizz Staff Trevenant. I do remember this set. Trick Room, Drain Punch, Knockoff, Earthquake actually runs through the team, and I remember what happened with the Trev. With Harvest Citrus Berry, defensive, but also with a lot of attack moves, can do really well. And then for some reason, you can't see this last mon. No, don't do that. Oh, I have the wrong camera border on. I apologize. I'm not going to change that. Can I lift? There we go. Espeon. With the Choice Scarf, Stevie, Psychic D-Gleam, Shadow Ball, Trick. Really just to come in late and like kill a couple things that are at lower HP. It should do really well. I just can't keep it in against the Virizion. So, I mean, let me just like change the window capture here. Media player, and let me pause the recording. Okay, we are back. Again, I don't remember what I did.
All right, and we're here for week 3 of the VDL. This week we're up against...
It is muted now, so maybe you just heard Nip for a hot second. I don't remember what I do in like any of these turns. I'm already ready, it looks like. I feel like I lead Trev, but I can't exactly remember. So it's cool to see what Nip has. E-Belt, Shocks is a little scary. Again, I can't remember a lot. What was the Covert Cloak? Covert Cloak's probably for Scald Burns on the Virizion. Everything else makes sense. Extra Belt, 2 Extra Belt, that's kind of fun. Extra Belt on the Meowstic makes sense for the Shadow Balls into Espeon and stuff. Is Extra Belt for super effective moves or for stab moves? I can't remember. So it looks like he's leading Shocks to get the hazards up, which that makes sense to me. And it's Assault Vest to make Mortar, so if I had them on, that could set hazards, but I have Dugtrio, so Dugtrio sucks. I'm going to try and not skip through anything here, but I'm going to click the skip forward 30. Okay, so it did leave Trevenant. That makes sense. I'm going to try and, like, not make it. Okay, so with left Trev, I'm probably, I don't know if I'm tearing here. I'm probably clicking Trick Room right now is my guess. Because Trick Room into Niv's team looks really, really, really strong this week. Because like if the Magmortar comes in, I can click Earthquake. By the way, I'm not going to tell you if this matters or not. I do absolutely forget what Magmortar's ability is at this point. Goes for the Volt, which is a little bit of damage, but I do have the Drain Punch to get that health back. It is kind of cool seeing Niv's perspectives here. Hopefully I put music in the background. Maybe I don't. That's a cool Magmortar set with Flame Charge. It's interesting to see all the sets here. It is a crazy Persian set, all dark moves. I'm sure he is worried about Earthquakes right now, but both of my Terras don't really affect Magmortar. I do believe in Terra Fairy. I don't exactly remember. Yeah, so I do just go for Trick Room, which is nice. So he's probably like, yeah, I'll take an Earthquake, but I'll live. But he doesn't have a good fire move outside of Flame Charge here, which I think is silly. Not silly in a bad way, I just think it's silly for being silly. He's really, like, if I was in Niv's position, I'd probably switch out, to be fair. Go into the Persian or something. So it looks like I'm going Terra Fairy here, so I don't take a Fire Blast to the face, even though he doesn't have that. Yeah, so I do go Terra Fairy. I believe I just click Earthquake here. If I don't, that would be silly. I do. This should be 2-go. And it is. Oh, it does a lot. Is that a crit? That's not a crit, dude. Magmortar's got no defenses. That's crazy. And it does go for Psychic, which is a lot, but luckily it put me just below half, so I got my Citrus Berry. Now, I make a really dumb decision here, guys. I click Knockoff. My thought was I can kill with a Knockoff if Niv decides to stay in, and if he does decide to save this mon, I will kill with a Knockoff. I neglected to check this Pokemon's ability. Pokemon's ability is Flame Body, and Earthquake doesn't make contact. Knockoff does make contact. So even though I kill here, I get burned, which sucks. That is not I'm gonna. Oh, those were the images I was deleting. I should put those back. I deleted the bars. So I got burned here, which is really, really silly. And I got my harvest berry. Harvest berry? Citrus berry harvest. I had to sneeze. Oh my goodness. I gotta mute. Okay, we are back. So I clicked knockoff, which is so dumb. Like, dude, if I just clicked earthquake, this game has changed. Or the early game has changed. Because I'm burned now. I still have a lot of health, and I can still do a good amount of damage. What are these nicknames? What is Faust? Yastis Kid, Daz Bonez, Teshigi, and Nami. They must all be from something that I don't know. I should know Faust. I'm gonna look that up. I think I pretended like I knew what it was, and I lied. I'm gonna look it up. Faust. He's in A German Legend in a Tragic Play. I don't know. Yastic comes in here. I believe I clicked knock off again just to get rid of whatever thing's item this is. And I didn't know if this was Terra Ground or Terra Steel at this point. If it was Terra Steel, which it is, I didn't expect Terra Blast. I expected this to be a screen set. So Terra Blast, Terra Steel here was a very good play. I just didn't expect that, but I do. And the annoying thing is, I have Drain Punch. So if I wasn't burned, Drain Punch would have done a lot of damage, and that would have done like double what it did. And I knock off the expert belt, so I take less. And thankfully I did that, because I think I would have actually died here. Because I believe I live on a small amount. I do. I barely live. And I get the citrus berry before the burn damage. But if I wasn't burned, I could have clicked Drain Punch. And gotten like a ton of health back, and maybe I wouldn't have lived, but I get my Harvest Citrus Berry back, and I got lucky with my citrus berries on this turn. I'm just glad Trevor got a kill. But again, if I wasn't burned here, I'd do a lot more. I can either click Earthquake and threaten the kill, or click Drain Punch and get a ton of health back, and do that twice in a row before my Trick Room runs out, and then I'm at a good amount of health. It was so silly that I did that. Nasty Plot from Niv here is a good play. I don't remember if he does end up going for it. Okay, so there's only one turn Trick Room left. So he does go knowing he'll live anything. He probably wasn't expecting the Drain Punch there. Again, like if I wasn't burned, I do about double the damage. I get about double that health back, and maybe I can live a Terra Blast from an Asbot. I doubt it, but it would mean I don't have to sack Trev here. And I believe I do end up sacking Trevenant here. And maybe you should have clicked Earthquake, right? So I can do more damage to it. I should have done Earthquake so I can bring something else in, and even though I am burned, I get a little bit more chip. But I wasn't expecting the Nasty Blot. I was just expecting a straight Terra Blast, which I could have lived. Granted, I probably should have clicked Earthquake just to get that chip so something else can come in and take the KO. But this Meowstic's scary. It is fast. It is at +2 special attack, and I know it's offensive. So I believe Second Noise kills me here. Yeah, it does. So Jovi's gone. Dude, I love Trevenant, but he's been kind of garbo this season. Sorry, I'm gonna pause this real quick. Okay, apologies everybody. We are back. I had to respond to a text. Well, I had to read a text that I didn't respond to. I'm really deciding what to do here because I believe I end up going into Espeon, but I'm in a weird spot because if I clicked Earthquake, Espeon could definitely take a kill here with a Shadow Ball. But the problem is Meowstic's just above half, so I believe Shadow Ball kill here is a roll. I'm not 100% sure. I believe it's a roll, and I believe it's a roll in my favor. However, I wonder if I can. If I can look it up. Just for the sake of it while we're waiting here. Control C. Let's throw it into here. Let's go import. And my... Oh, I don't do that. Okay, I guess not. I know this is like a very offensive... How much does Shadow Ball do? Shadow Ball does... Oh, but remember, it's Terra Steel. It's not actually a Psychic type anymore. I'll just give it Terra Dragon. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so Shadow Ball does about 35 to 42, which didn't kill. So I think I actually went into Moody here to live a hit and just try and chip it down. And we'll actually be able to see what percentage Meowstic is at, which is cool after this. I believe I just click Frost Breath here. to try and chip it down so I can then bring in my Espeon and take the kill, and I'm kind of sacking it home. I'm on. I knew I could live one Terror Blast. Maybe I didn't even think he had Terror Blast at that point. I can't remember. No, he did click it. So you're going to 128. Oh, that was a crit, which is really nice. Didn't notice that. So you're at 41%. Okay, so it looks like the roll is still always in Niv's favor, but there was a roll that I could kill with Espeon there, depending on the HP stats. So, I mean, that's good to know. And I do just let Meowth to kill me here, because I believe, actually, I don't 100% remember, I'm going to be honest. I wish we could skip forward by 10 seconds, and not only, like, because I can skip back by 10 seconds, but I can only skip forward by 30 seconds, which is really silly. So I do decide to save Cryogonal, which is fair. It gets me a rapid spin. It gets me some damage later. And I just go straight into Stevie because I knew I could live whatever came in here, especially Psychic Noise. I believe that doesn't even do half. Yeah. Now, I'll die to anything else here, but I am faster. I am Choice Scarf. Now, I didn't realize it wasn't a roll in my favor because I didn't have my bars up because I played on my TV, which is because I knew I couldn't record. So in my mind, I think Shadow Ball's a kill here. And it was a roll. But we don't get the roll. And we're very close on 20 HP, but not getting the roll there is big, as Mastic was able to take out my Trevenant and my Espeon and take out most of my Cryogonal. So this Mastic really put in work, and we are in a tough position, and this will not be easy to claw back. This Mastic was really put in work, and it's just a great set, Nasty Plot. I mean, this thing's got a lot of speed, it's got a good Terror type, and I didn't expect Terror Blast, Terror Steel. I do end up going to Suicune, so I know I can live at least one hit. Even if you have Thunderbolt, I knew I could live at this rate. Because at this point, I was assuming you did have a Niv did have Thunderbolt here. And maybe I should have done this earlier. So my Espeon would still be alive. But Espeon didn't have a great matchup this game. It kind of did, but I needed a lot more chip out stuff. Plus, the Bisharp was still around. Now, I did have Trick. So the game plan was going to be Trick on a Sucker Punch from the Bisharp, but that's a lot of risking. Even if I did that, I couldn't do a lot of damage. Like Dazzling Gleam didn't do much, and that was my other way of hitting it. I'm curious how much this T-Bolt does. Yeah, it does about, I don't know, does a good amount of damage. But I get my Scissors Blade back up, I get just above half again, so that's a good amount of health for being where I'm at. And I click Tailwind, that's actually a smart play. So now I'm really fast, and I can still get the kill. Wow, well done, Matt. I didn't think I did that. That's a cool play. And I'm sure I just click Scald here to take out and I do. And you can't miss Scald. So Suicune got a kill. Dude, I think Suicune is such a cool mon, but it's just for 12 points. And it really needs to start doing more this season. But it did a lot there. It lived a hit, got the Switch Spade, got the Tailwind up. And Tailwind's really scary because he doesn't have a great switch in here. At this point, I didn't know Virizion was Covert Cloak. So I don't remember. I have no idea what I do here. But I'm faster than everything on the board, even Scarfers. Because of the Tailwind, I'm +2 speed. I believe I'm faster than everything. And yes, Virizion can kill me. Maybe it can't kill me with the Leaf Blade. I'm not 100% sure. I am sure I have Ice Beam. Maybe I should have gone Air Slash to be 4 times super effective on the Virizion. But I do like Ice Beam for other months. Maybe you should have gone Air Slash. Now I'm looking at it. Oh, no, I had Ice Beam for the Noivern because I was surprised Noivern didn't come. Yeah, okay, so you do end up going... by the way, I was terrified that this Virizion had Earthquake at some point. Virizion doesn't get EQ. I was scared it got EQ for... I think it was my Dragalge that I was worried about. It doesn't get Earthquake. It does get Zen Headbutt, which still hurts it. Now, at this rate, I do actually believe I live a Leaf Blade from this health. I might not, but I am very, very physically defensive. So I'm probably banking on living a Leaf Blade here. And I have as we just saw, 2 more turns to Tailwind. Why did I switch out, man? I should have just clicked Ice Beam twice. Probably would have killed. I go into Toto. Okay, so, I mean, this is also physically defensive, so maybe it'll live pretty much anything here. Now, I was worried about the Sword Stance EQ, which I think killed me, but it doesn't get EQ, so there you go. I'm sure I just clicked Sludge Wave or Draco Meteor or something here. I think I had Draco, Sludge Wave, Flip Turn, T-Spikes, but I don't remember exactly. Jirachi is a lot of damage, man. And at this point, I didn't know it was an headbutt, and I do think it is faster than me. Yeah, it is, even with the tailwind, because Jirachi's slow as sin, man. It does about a little less than 75%. I get a Sludge Wave. I don't think this Okos. No, but it does do a lot of damage to where I can go in with my Braviary and click a Tailwind and then Revenge Kill, theoretically. Man, I really should have just attacked with my Suicune, because I would have been faster for 2 turns, I believe. Well, I guess I only had 1 turn left, so I don't know. I should have stayed in with this weekend in retrospect, but I got a lot of damage off on this thing, which means now if I had my Espeon, that would have been awesome. And I don't believe my Cryogonal is faster. It turns out this version wasn't max speed in the end, so I could have had my Cryogonal be faster, but I could never have predicted that, right? And I believe version was like 108 speed. Cryogonal was 105 or something like that. I'm actually going to look. Oh, okay, so I end up switching out to keep it alive. Okay, so I just sack my Cryo here, which is fair. Rizzion is 108 speed. Yeah, I'm a genius. I'm so smart. So I go into my Braviary to get a free Tailwind up here, and at this point I'm risking a Stone Edge, right? I don't think he has Stone Edge, and evidently he did not. But in my head I was like, I'm so far behind right now. Braviary does look really good with Tailwind. If he decides to stay in and just attack me, if it's Stone Edge, I'll die, but if it's anything else, I'll live and I can get a free Tailwind up. Obviously the Sandy Shocks is just really threatening now late game. I believe I have this. I have Suicune and I have Jirachi alive, and Suicune will die, and I need to get Chip on that Mon. That doesn't even do half, but I get flinched, and that was a big flinch. I don't think that flinch really affected the rest of the game, but what that flinch did was it's going to put me super low now. And I did not expect to have to do that little, but it means I cannot live anything from Sandy Shocks, and there is potential that I could have. I didn't have Roost, but getting flinched there meant like now there's no way I can live, and a Sucker Punch from a Bishop could kill me, or anything from a what's it called? The Persian could kill me. And of course I have minus special defense now, but I would have been able to swap out and swap back in because I have heavy duty boots, and I don't even think they're rocks up at this rate anyway. So it's nice that we got the Tailwind up, but put us in a tough position. Now the good thing is Tailwind means again my Suicune is faster and everything, and again if I had a little bit more health on this thing, maybe I could have swapped into Jirachi, then gone to Suicune and played around with that. Could have had a little bit more health, I would have lived the Sucker Punch, and I could have close combat and killed. At this point, it looks like a loss, especially like if I didn't get flinched, I still don't know if I win this game. But at this point, especially with the flinch, it's looking like a loss for me. So I was just trying to get as much. Like I wanted better differential. I wanted a couple more kills, and we're out of this game yet. Having this Tailwind up was huge, and having potential to get another Tailwind up with Suicune was big for me. So I do believe he ends up going into Sandy Shocks here. And I think at this rate, I'm just going to play close combat and get as much damage off on this thing as I can. I don't remember exactly, but... and it turns out he didn't even have Thunderbolt. So I would have lived a Volt Switch at that health, which is unfortunate, but good to know. So do CC. I think I do a little less than half. Yeah, I do about half, so it's good amount of damage. And I absolutely let Skinnerd fall right now. And the Volt Switch is annoying because if he didn't Volt Switch and he did just click T-Bolt, I could have gone in with my Suicune and either threatened to kill on that or threatened to burn on something else coming in. But Volt Switch was a very, very good play on Nib's part. Because anything I go into here, now the Sandy Shocks is going to be able to come in after the Tailwind's gone and win. It is the case. So I'm actually, because we're really approaching the end of this game. So Persian does come in. What do I end up going into? I ended up going into Toto here, not the Suicune, because I knew I could live any one hit from this thing. And, oh, wait, Focus Blast. So there you go. I don't even think Focus Blast kills. No, but it does do a lot of damage. And then I get the Spit F drop, which the Spit F drop did actually kind of matter because it meant my Suicune could kill with the Scald now, which I think's funny. But my Tailwind is now gone. What do I do here? I'm curious. Did I just switch out or did he kill me? Yeah, okay, so he... Oh, I lived. That's funny. I clicked fifth turn because I lived to knock off. So Dragalge's actually alive, so that's good to know. I go into Suicune here just to try and live anything. I believe I click another Tailwind, actually. Goes for Taunt, and I didn't know he had Taunt, and like, cool, good play. Tailwind was my only win con out of this. So now Gouging Fire, Sandy Shocks is absolutely able to beat me here. It does just switch straight out into it after I kill the version with Scald, so I am able to get that down. But at this point, I believe it's a Volt Switch kill from the Shocks. And like maybe I should have switched out into Dragalge here. Switch out into Dragalge, sacked on the switch and gone this weekend. Maybe I could have gotten another kill on the Bisharp, but Bisharp comes out, just kills me with, I think it was like a Night Slash, and we end up losing 2-0. But in a very good game, the flinch was annoying, but I don't think caused me the loss. Big burn on the Trevenant early, that was a misplay on my part. But for being sick, not having played in a while, having a really rough week, I'm very proud of that game. I think I played really, really well for the circumstances. I had a great game, and again, GG's to Niv. Again, guys, sorry that this is such a scuffed recording. We'll be back to it for week 4. I'm going to upload this as soon as I can. I know it's late. But hey, I accidentally stopped recording. I promise we will get a win soon, everybody. Maybe. We're having a tough season. I'm just not good at low tier. But I did have really a lot of fun this battle, GG Sniv. And I will catch you guys in week 4.